Good morning. Today is Friday, the October 20th. I had to think for a second. Sorry, just making my salt water this morning. Anyway, so this is Laura. I'm coming to you from Eat to Your Health with Carnivore. I had some people reach out. I can't find my original video of making jerky. So this is keto, ketovore, carnivore. You can make it however you want, depending on what spices. I know a lot of carnivores use absolutely nothing but salt, which is how I'm going to make it. But if you are doing some other form, you can do it however works best for you. I'm not the carnivore police, so I don't really care as long as it works for you. So what I am going to actually be doing is I'm making jerky. So I've got about 3 pounds of beef, deer, beef liver, and lots of fat that I actually, mixed up together before. So what I'm going to add is I'm going to add Redmond's real salt as much as I want. There's no measurements for this because it's basically to your taste. Some people require more salt, some require less. I require a lot. I did my workout this morning and I'm definitely going to have to replenish some salt. The other thing I'm going to use is this Redmond's real salt. It's the hickory flavor. I'm going to get the cherry smoked flavor next time, I think. I do have a giant bag of this. So like I said, there is no measurement. So you start out with 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds of meat, and you add salt. And this is a trial and error you have to do. Let me get the oven started. I do mine at 190 degrees in the oven for 5 to 7 hours, let's say. The recipe that I followed years ago said 6 to 8, but I find 8 makes it so crunchy that it's not enjoyable. I want it to have a little bit of a chew to it. I want to be able to chew it. I have good teeth, but a lot of my patients don't have great teeth or they have false teeth. So when I give this stuff to them, I want them to be able to actually enjoy it. So I'm going to turn the oven on to 190, all right? And then we'll go from there. So hopefully everybody's having a good Friday. I did want to let you guys know I'm coming on here tomorrow morning and I'm actually going to make my tooth powder toothpaste that I make. I'm going to make it 2 ways. I'm going to make it carnivore the way I use it, and then I'm going to make it more of like what you would call ketovore, because it will have some stevia in that other one. I don't use any sweeteners at all for myself. There again, that's just a preference. It's whatever you like. So I'm going to get this started. So I'm going to turn this a little just so you can kind of see what we're doing here. And like I said, I tend to go a little heavy on the salts, which is why I go through a ton of this. It's so good on the ribeye fat bites. Oh, having that smoked salt is delicious. And I didn't bring any gloves home with me, so I will be doing this bareback and be having to wash my hands a ton. Whatever, it happens. So, let me show you my new toy. I got a new jerky gun. Look at that. Ta-da! Isn't it fancy? So I have an older one. It's a plastic one, but it was starting to have some issues. So I was like, yeah, I think it's time to get a new one. So we looked at some local stores. Didn't really find what we wanted. I don't generally like to buy everything online. I like to try to keep the brick and mortar stores open. If they have what I want, I'll even pay a little more for it because I want to keep jobs in America. So I tend to do that most of the time. I just couldn't find what we needed. So I did have to go out online and order that. So I'm just getting this mixed together. And sometimes once I have it in the jerky gun and I actually put it out on my, pans, and I'll show you how I do that, I'll tend to salt it again. I really have never over salted anything where I was like, oh, I can't stand this, it's too salty. It's never happened. And I use a lot of salt. Like I said, I think I have, it's either a 25 or a 50 pound bag, multiple 10s, 1 pound, 2 pound bags of this salt. Because salt is something that every single human has to have. including people who have congestive heart failure and other issues. And no, I'm not a physician. I am a nurse of 21 years. And I'm just saying that every one of your cells, heart muscles, all of those things need to have salt. Salt, potassium, magnesium, all the good things. So if you can see, completely empty. I'm just going to start loading this. It does have a little plunger to help it get down in there. I forgot to look to see how many pounds this cylinder holds, but I would say it probably holds about 2, if I'm guessing, which I am. So hopefully you'll get some enjoyment out of my content. I do tend to get snarky sometimes, just with the state of affairs. So if it's more than you like to watch, you'll just have to go someplace else. I try not to do it too much. And if there is anything you want to see me make that's carnivore, because you can always make it keto, ketovore, whatever you want, very easily by adding in whatever stuff you want. So if you're somebody that eats vegetables and they like you, go for it. I have to pretty much stick to the lion diet. Once in a while, I'll do egg yolks with like a hamburger, on top of a hamburger, but I can't do the egg whites. I do not do well with that. So this is the first time using this, so bear with me because I have no idea how well this is going to work. So, all right. Better make sure everything's tightened down. Okay, so I'm going to show you this pan down here. So I do have a drip pan because I don't want the bottom of my stove to be disgusting. So this is kind of how I do it. And I just kind of lay it on here. I'm not used to this jerky gun, so it'll take a minute. And I'm going to just show you a few things here, and then I'm going to get off and get it done. I have a chiropractor appointment today. Then I'm going over to pick up more ribeye fat, which I'm super excited for. I'm going to make some ribeye fat bites. Ooh, well, there was a fail, but that's okay. Just the way it is. So you kind of get the idea of, and I don't mind if they're touching, just so you are aware. I don't have any trouble with that. If I have to break them apart, that's okay. And they're not going to be beautiful like what you buy out of a bag. Again, that's not the important part. It tends to be what we follow because that's why we're in the predicament we're in with health in the United States, is these commercials. So like I said in a previous video, I had a patient who is blind, and she was talking about, you need to watch these commercials and just close your eyes and listen to what they say, because you know they do bright colors and have women jumping around and Yahoo, it's a great day to to be metabolically unhealthy. This one is not wanting to behave near like my other gun, so I'm not used to this one. Anyway, it's pretty amazing how they have figured us out, that we, by sight, there we go, that, we will purchase things, ask our doctor to please medicate us with this medicine because, then we can eat whatever we want and don't have to worry about it till we do. And our kidneys or liver are shut down because of all the junk medicine that we're putting in our bodies. So, all right. So that is about where I'm going to stop to show you for now. When this is done in the oven, and what I do is I put a second layer on there. I'll put another one up here and put that on. What I do is I put it in the oven, like I said, at 190 degrees, probably going to be 5 hours, 6, we'll check. And I leave the oven door open a little, cracked, and that's just to help let that moisture out. So that's what I do. Everybody, like I said, has, their own way of doing it, and it's fine. Just gonna try to fix a few of these that are sticking down. And like I said, I have them touching all the time, and I've never had any trouble with them like sticking, not being able to get them off of the pan. Never been an issue. All right. So like I said, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Share it out with your friends. If you have somebody who's wanting to go keto, ketovore, carnivore. I was keto for 28 years first, and then transitioned to this about 4 years ago. Lion diet version of carnivore now for 7 months. So that is that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to show you. I don't think so. So like I said, I'll put a picture up in a little while after these are done. When I'm not going to edit a video. I don't know. I'm not good at that, and I'm not going to pretend to be. So I will do that. I think that's it. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, comments, put them in there. You want to see something done, put it in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow on Saturday, where I'm going to make the remineralizing tooth powder. One is going to be carnivore, one is going to be more like keto for people who can do sweeteners like stevia, stuff like that. So I will do both of those tomorrow. So come back and see me tomorrow. As I always say, meat, heat, eat.